drop.
Hey guys, it's Rapid. So I have some comments here from you guys, just basically asking questions about Titanfall and that sort of thing. So I figured I'd make this video to just sort of talk about these questions, and it would be a little bit easier because now everyone can see the answers to these questions. So the first one says, I'm not sure I understand the 300 frames per second part. FK, I don't know what that's supposed to say. The human eye can only perceive 50 frames per second. So he's talking about, I think, a video that I made about the graphics on Titanfall, and how it's talking about Titanfall is going to be based on the Source engine, which is the same game engine that runs Team Fortress 2, Half-Life 2, and other Valve games. So what I was saying was, basically on consoles, Titanfall is gonna run about 60 frames per second, which is pretty standard for consoles, and that on PC it'll likely go up to 300 frames per second, as it does when I play something like Left 4 Dead, Team Fortress 2, or other Source games. And he's basically saying he doesn't understand why frame rates would even go that high if the eye can only perceive 50 frames per second. And that's a really good question, because technically what he's saying is true. 50 frames per second should be around enough. Video games usually run at about 60 frames per second, so that's usually more than enough. But basically it's a difference that it's true, like the higher the frame rate gets, the harder it is to notice a difference. A lot of it has to do with just sort of how smooth the gameplay looks. It's weird, it's hard to describe unless you've actually seen it. The actual graphics just look smoother, like I don't know how to describe it. It's definitely different. You can tell that there's a difference. Okay, the second one is a question that I get a lot, and it says, can you play this on PS3? At the moment, it's just sort of exclusive for Microsoft console, so you're going to be able to play it on Xbox 360, Xbox One, and PC so far. There's some rumors that saying it may come to PS4, but I doubt that it will ever be on the PS3. I'm sorry. I hope they balance the smart pistol so you have to lock on to targets longer than it shows. Yeah, so what he's talking about is a clip while I was showing the pilot's weapons. The smart pistol is a pistol that allows you to sort of lock on to enemies and sort of kill them in just one shot. It does seem pretty overpowered, and this guy makes a really good point. It seems like something that would be really sort of overpowered, and I would hope that it's something that you get at a later level in the game. This guy makes a good point that maybe having a longer lock-on time would probably balance it out a little bit. I really hope they have some type of LMG based weapon for the pilots. I'm already loving Titanfall, and if they have LMG type weapons, that would be epic. I agree, that would be epic. It seems like the game is still pretty early in development. You don't even get to see too many weapons during the actual preview. So I think that there are going to be a lot more weapons revealed down the line, and I think they gotta put a LMG in there somewhere. Okay, now this is a long one. Who cares about graphics? It's all about how the core mechanics of the game performs. I trust Respawn on this game since it's locked at 60 frames per second. That already made Call of Duty Ghosts look like shit, even though it already does look like shit. I need to see some news about Respawn making this game on PS4. I already know it's a rumor, but I want to make perfectly sure that it will be on PlayStation 4. I don't want to buy an Xbox One and figure out that Titanfall will be on PS4. I need evidence. So that's a mouthful, and there were actually two really good points that he made in there, and I'll start with the first one, which is that, yeah, the graphics, I agree that the gameplay is a lot more important than the graphics. I just sort of wanted to talk about graphics a little bit in that video, and to just touch on it, because there was some new information that came out, and I thought, hey, why not? And I do think that it's very competitive with Call of Duty Ghosts in terms of how it looks. I mean, let's be honest, it's a good looking game. It's a good looking game. I'd fuck it. No, forget I said that. I didn't just happen. In the second part, he says, I want to make sure that it will be on Xbox One only, because it sounds like he's like me, and I would prefer to buy a PS4. Because a PS4 seems like a better console than the Xbox One, and I think a lot of people agree on that. So it really sucks that Titanfall is an Xbox exclusive at this point. I mean, I feel where you're coming from, man. If you really want to play this game, then this could pretty much choose which console you decide to buy. And I definitely don't want to buy an Xbox One if Titanfall will ever come out on PS4. I mean, I'm lucky enough that I have a PC, so I think I'm just gonna get it for PC rather than even bothering with the Xbox One. I want a PS4. I mean, in a perfect world, everyone could have every console that they want, but that's not very realistic. So yeah, I'm gonna be looking into this whole rumor about Titanfall coming to the PS4, because it seems important. I mean, especially if you're like this guy, this could make or break your console decision for this year. I can't talk. I'm sorry, guys. But that might make or break your console decision for this year. So I'll do some research on it, and I'll come back and I'll make a video, and I'll tell you guys what I found, and I'll tell you how likely it is that this might be coming to PS4. So once again, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and favorite and all that jazz, and ask questions. If you have any questions at all, ask me, and I'll do my best to sort of scour the internets for answers for your questions. And yeah, thanks for watching. Awesome. Yes.